Well, hello and welcome back to the Black Swan Relationship Academy. My name is Unique Sibanda. I am one of the coaches here and I'm also your style concierge. Today, I am really asking the question, is he really a drama queen? Or is it you, my darling? Is it you? I'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Now, before we go ahead, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us how Black Swan has really changed your world, or if it hasn't changed your world, but I doubt that would have happened because that's what we do. We change lives, right? So before I go into today's topic, just make sure you share it with someone as well, because I will be kind of adding a spin on the cocktail that we kind of ingest when we go into relationships. There's so much that is scaring us out there and making us really think, do I even want to be in the relationship? Because the wahala that is out here, the trouble that is out here, and the things you're hearing out here in this world, it makes it a space where people don't really want to tread. And within that drama, we have to really look and take our microscopes out and our magnifying glasses and really examine what is going on within these relationships, because there's something fundamentally wrong somewhere that we're not figuring out. We're out here in our 40s and 50s wanting to be married, but we're not meeting the right people. We're out here young, wanting to be married, to meet the right people, and we're not. And some of us end up getting married and we don't even want to get married. And it's like culture has got all this influence and all these things that are being added to an already complex way of living. It's complicated being a human already. Like, honestly, trust is just complicated enough. So let's really dive into it and let's look at the many things, the many cocktails and things that really come into our relationships and make us really not thrive, because we want you to thrive. We are dedicated to making women and men thrive in relationships here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. And this is why we bring these videos. This is why we have the courses we have. This is why we have the community we have. And why haven't you joined? Why are you not here? Like, why haven't you subscribed already? Anyway, let me get into the topic. So I'm also obviously going to start off with miscommunication, right? For some of us, we never learned how to communicate, and our parents allowed us to kick and scream in superstores and kick and scream. Therefore, we're not taking it into our relationships, and we're now kicking and screaming at our partners, kicking and screaming. I remember this one time, I was with a friend, and she had come home from a long day. I happened to meet her in the train, and we walked in. She had the key and everything. She opened the door, but what the partner had done was put the hook that you put inside on the inside of the door, and she opened it. And the first thing's like, "What the heck? What is this? Don't you know I'm coming?" I was taken aback. I was like, "Oh my god, wow!" It's like, is that how you talk to someone else? And to be honest with you, for them that was normal. He was used to it. He just came, opened the door, didn't even say sorry. Said, "Hey, love." And that is how they functioned. To me, I was horrified. I was like, how do you talk to someone like that? God, like, what happened to the being cordial? Just checking my mic is on. What happened to being cordial, to making sure someone knows that you miss them all day? Just being a nice human being. But when you really peel back the layers, it is because that is their culture and that was what they have defined as communication. If she was talking to me like that, I would have been very offended, because to me, that's a disrespect. Like, it's a total misunderstanding of what she wanted. But in context of where she was, it was the norm. Weird as it was the norm. But hey, what's the goal to do? I mean, as a coach, the little things that I see, I have to sometimes step aside and not be someone's coach. I have to just be their friend and see their worldview as they see it. because, you know, coaching is just the job. I am not unique. Sibanda is not entirely just a coach. I'm a mom, I'm a student, I'm a friend, I'm all the above. And the thing with the dramas, the cocktails we ingest, the cocktails we drink within the relationship space, is we just don't realize how toxic they are. We don't realize how a small unkind word builds up to then break up the relationship later. So it's so many things that happen within the dramas of a relationship, and I call these cocktails a heavy mix of so many different things. So first of all, there's miscommunication, and then there's the attention seeking. So especially if you're a child, when I know I keep going back to your childhood, yes, because that is where it started. That is where all of this started, and this is what we address. This is what we address when you book a call and you talk to a coach. We help you understand that you're not just leaving just because you created this now. You actually created this as a pattern from when you were growing up. This is who you are, darling. This is the bitch that you are. And let's face it, some of us can be a bit bitchy. You know, we are not the kindest at times. We are not the most compassionate. And again, it reminds me of an incident when one of the coaches happened to be having a rough day. And me being unique, I'm like, where are you? This is unprofessional, blah, blah, blah. Not understanding that she was actually going through a really rough time and she actually needed a friend. But because we communicate and because we talk to each other, we're then able to say, I'm really sorry. I really just came from, the last time I saw you, were all having fun. It was all good. If we were not communication aware, if we were not aware of the space in which we're in, this could have been something that would have been seething underneath and should have held some resentment from me. And then that would have created a dynamic where we don't talk openly anymore. It would have created a dynamic where she thinks Unique is so stuck up. Like, what's she telling me about time when I'm having a crisis here? I'm in a moment of need. And this is where sometimes we have to be vulnerable enough to sense what is going on with our partner. We have to be intuitive enough to sense that someone is going through something and check in. As the coaches, I believe we really do check in on each other, and we always agree. And this is my thing, even with relationships. I always say, allow me to be your friend. Allow me to check in with you. Allow me to be in your space, because me coming into your space is vulnerable for me as much as it is vulnerable for you to let me in. And that whole attention seeking comes from a space where needs are not being met. All that crowd is a crowd for help. It's like, there's a need that is not being met. Help! It's a cry for help. So while you're crying out for help, and while we do, I'm just gonna insert a little thing over here, and I'll be back right after this.
Around you will begin to change. I want to thank you so much for your support of this channel. You mean the world to me, and I am so grateful that your likes, your subscriptions, your comments make this work possible. I'd really want to encourage you, before you go any further, if you are enjoying this content, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that you know will absolutely benefit, because you're changing not only your life, not only the life of your friends, but the lives of women all over the world and children in ways you cannot even begin to imagine. So don't forget, before we get back to the program, to hit that like button and share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Now,
so welcome back. And why haven't you subscribed? Words. I've got Invisalign in. I actually like to take them off so that I could record this video, because I could feel my lisp going all over the place. So why haven't you subscribed? Like, why haven't you shared? But come on, are you not embarrassed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? Anywho, I shall not shame you, because I know I'm understanding, and you could just be going through some stuff, and maybe there's some technical challenges. That's why you haven't shared the video. Yes, share it with a friend. And like, honestly, put in the comments, like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about sorry for the shuffling, I've got my notebook here. I'm kind of going through processing in my head what I've already talked about, and talked about attention seeking. So now we're kind of talking about unresolved insecurities. So the thing is, we are really bad friends sometimes. There's this whole common thing that sometimes we don't really say what we see, and we let things just slide by. And we've built a culture like that. The human race is cultured like that. If it doesn't concern you, just get on with your business, mind your business, don't be accountable for other people's thoughts and da-da-da. But the truth is, we are communicating beings, and in communication, it is a two-way street. And within that, there's also accountability. You have to take into account the things that you say will affect someone else and how they affect them. And depending on your connection and your openness, sometimes those things are spoken out of insecurities. When we are insecure about something, we go into protection mechanism. We go into defense mechanism, and we just want to protect the little fragility that we have. Rather than opening up, we actually close up. So drama can be caused by closing up. Like, have you ever had that partner that just closes off and just quiet, and then in you are seething, I want to talk about this like right now. We need to talk about it. And all of this combines to a space where you end up thinking this person doesn't care. So, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to go on with my life. And in that unresolved insecurities, it comes about the whole things of overreactions. We do tend to overreact most of the time, right? So it's really about trying to understand how we are reacting in situations in our lives. We need to understand that we are accountable for the reactions, the things we say, and how we react to things. Even when our children bring things to us that are uncomfortable, it's how we react to them. Is it a safe space for me to come with my insecurities and my vulnerabilities? Drama comes from a space where it is a space where it cannot be secure. Words, simple words cannot be said and shared in a secure manner. We have to address our insecurities. And with the insecurities and the overreactions, we create emotional turmoil. It becomes an unsafe environment. This is where you get that saying, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. The fact that you're feeling that you're walking on eggshells, can you imagine what the other person is feeling as well? Most of the time, it's that breakdown in communication. Then we start to titter-totter around each other, and we don't really speak what we mean, or say what we mean, or say what is on our mind, because we just don't feel safe anymore. And if we don't come to a point of resolution and harmonizing our relationships, we then run the risk of losing each and every single time. It doesn't matter how many cycles of relationships we go through. If we don't deal with the turmoil that is caused within relationships, we run the risk of repeating the same pattern with someone else, because at the end of the day, the only person in all of this equation is you. So, oh, you're the drama queen, because I know you are, darling. I know you are. And I know you're going to pick up the phone. I know you're going to call the coaches and say, look, drama queen over here, let's get you sorted. And it's really that simple. I mean, look, the process of sorting out our insecurities, our vulnerabilities, yes, we say, create harmony, set boundaries, and be self-reflective. But the truth of it is work. It is work, girl. It is work. And we need to do it. It's work that has to be done. So I invite you to a discovery call with me here on the Black Swan Relationship Academy. All the links are in the description box below. So be sure to holla at your girl. And let's talk. Let's get some harmonized relationships. Let's start to actually enjoy relationships and start enjoying dating and meeting new people and creating safe spaces for our men and our women to actually start having conversations. Because listen, what is out here in the manosphere, atmosphere, red pill, blue pill, it's much. It's a bit too much. And because we're not dealing with the seething underlying problem of what is going on, we are making some diabolical mistakes that are causing us so much pain. So with all that said, darling, if any of this resonates with you, book a call, let's talk, or just leave a comment. Let's have a conversation about this. I will be back with another video sometime next week. But in the meantime, you take care of you, and you take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Mwah.